Hello everyone. I would like to continue with the synchronization of file. Just a reminder, what we are trying to do is to achieve a multi-computer operating system, joining multiple computers as a single computer by providing some virtualization. The next step right now we are having is file system synchronization. What we want to do is using two different browsers to allow share between them, and let's see if we can do that. So I'm trying to add the event here, and on data I have to have some kind of functionality. I will have console log for now. If a new data comes from one client, it should be able to show in the console. And here we have two clients, and then we should be able to do the send data functionality here. That's, I think I need to restart the page, and I'm not sure why there are wireframes here. I don't expect that. Okay, let's try here. Okay, we have the network, we have connected uh, get connected peers function that shows the peers. And what is this network peer id? And this is the peer id here. What we can do, we can send message to that peer, network dot send. I'm trying to remember the function name. Send to the peer id. I had to refresh the page, but let's try it first. Send, and then some empty data that I'm sending. Oh, it's worked actually. So it seems that the object comes. So if I want to send a command over there, for example, is for example having the ls functionality, list me the files, right? So once I click these things on top of it, I want to list the files over there in this, and then maybe some highlight select which system is selected. I can see the files. You can see that I have created another file here, and js file. You can see anything like notes.txt, for example. I created the notes.txt, and then if I click to corresponding, what is the peer id for now? So there is an event happening, lost connection server here. But anyway, so peer id is ending with l. So this, if I click this one, I would like to see the files in this client. So the command ls should be something like a parser, and understanding that the list of files need to be sent. So the send back is the response required. So we may need to have some kind of structure that. So parse if the data command is inside data, let's say data command is not no now, right? um, we should send these things. Yeah, for now, what would be the best way to make it the client stable? That is one question. So is, instead of getting random peer IDs, can I have the non-random peer IDs? Can generate room ID? The room ID is fine. The only thing is the client ID. You have where generate, yeah, peer ID is the generate random string, which I don't want to be generating randomly. If there exists a, let's say, already local element, so let's store that uh, client ID into local storage so that we do not have the randomness again. So client creating clients and disconnecting from the past. Keep the peer ID in local storage so that uh, ID could be reused after first connection. So this will be the okay. I don't know why this is happening, but I want to full JS. I want the full JS file. So peer network is keeping the things, and if the peer ID, these get or create peer ID function is created, from that, if the a peer ID exists in the history, it will use it. If it doesn't, it will not use it and create a new one. So it should be just additional function. Hopefully, if the coding doesn't break anything here. Now coming back to no, in this in this line, coming back here, and Firefox and peer IDs should not change after initialization. So network peer ID. This is the peer ID W4, and let's say if it is again W4, right? And the peer ID should be here differently. Oh, network peer ID, because they are two different computers. I mean, simulated browsers. FR, right? It ends with FR. Yeah. So the two clients are known. I don't have to change the string all the time. Afterwards, network send to, and I will use this peer ID on the right. I will send message to that, and empty message doesn't do anything because if statement should work if I have comment and say the command is ls. You see the command is coming. Now next thing, after the command, next thing is able to execute the command if the ls command comes. Now this should be the place where we will be putting plugins, meaning we should able to allow installation of programs that can listen those commands. um, so what we should do is if the command comes, right, that peer.js, here is the thing, console log, this is the function. Now let's say ls command is, let's put an if statement right now, but list files, there is a select file, and these are the files right now, and list files is the thing that we need. I'm trying to remember what was our function. Yeah, here is the list of things. uh, Files. Yeah, these are the functions. That previous ones were the variables, and then I couldn't find it yet. Show, delete. Yeah, this is used in the render file icon. Select file, delete file, create new file, load files. Load files is the function I think that I'm looking for. And the stored files, HTML editor files. Like, okay, maybe the thing is, I don't like HTML editor files. This is the file system. So let's name it that way. The only thing is I have this previous local storage. I will lose if I change this name. I will lose them. um, but I mean it's not a big deal for now. HTML editor files, it's the file system. So this is where we are losing things. Okay, I created new file, test.txt, and then I created a new file, to do txt. So I have to be able to see, once I click these things, I should be able to list things. And that I changed the variable name, and I want to change the place right now, and the load files, add the load files thing similar to that. And this is what it's saying, store files, and these are the file icons. So I can send as a JSON. I don't want to, this is a string though, not a JSON. Okay, and here the response comes, right? uh, let's go to the, again, into creation on data. Once the data on data sent, if it is a command, and then if it is ls, then if data command, as we said, we should automate these things later, but currently it is the first initial trials. So the start files will be there, and then we should send network back, which is the, okay, the network comes on data, and maybe we need to send the peer id with that message as well. Current, which peer is requesting that file list. Network um, send. Oh, the thing is, yeah, I think it will create the network, so it will be sent to, and then data peer id. Yes, that is what I'm intending. And command is not ls, it is the response right now. So it will be returning files like this. It's the response. And so the console log should be above, so that I don't have to, I can see the responses if it is coming. So this is the other place, this is one place turning, and this I think not necessary. This is correct, this is correct, and it sends response to back, right? I will see the response. Files are just sent, store file, not the file, store files. It's a listing, and ideally it shouldn't send all the files and all the requests. We just need to send the um, we just need to send the file names instead, but maybe this time it's full files. So this kind of synchronization routines is not easy to implement. We have to do this implementation step by step. And let's see what happens going to the Firefox and refreshing the pages. They should stay the same. I send the comment, and then it says true. What is true? Yeah, it sent the message. Its object command is ls. Then does it send the response back? It didn't, I think. So let's debug it. Maybe we can put another console log here, and then peer id is not passed. That is the reason. So we have to pass the peer id itself. It doesn't have the peer id. And going to Firefox again. I don't know why it lost the connection. Now comment is this, and we need to send also peer id, network peer id. Yes, you see, the list came to do, and it's a JSON, so it contains contents as well. What we can do once we receive the message, if it contains let's say uh, response. So let's change this kind of things slightly. On data, it's that way. Receive the data. If so, we can say files. If it returns files, if data files, not now, receive for uh, files, and we do the load files is not the thing similar to load files, but let's do this. Just visualize, and we can continue the things later. Local storage. uh no, we don't want to change the local storage here. This is called completion mistake of the um, Copilot, but that's fine. I removed back the files are data files that is coming, and then JSON parse files here, and then uh, render file icons. How? Yeah, this is the, I think this is global variable files that I think we can set the global variable only. We shouldn't set the local storage. That this is the temporary global variable. That's fine to change. And then render file icons. So we should be able to see the file changes on the other side. Let's see, repeat these steps and then send the message to get. Okay, here is the error. Constant variable. Who's constant? Okay, something is constant. We are changing const file. So I is constant. I mean, it shouldn't be uh, constant. Refresh on both. I don't know if that connection has a problem. You see the to do. Let's create more file here. More txt. I mean, HTML could be also more HTML. And then if we send this comment, you see these files are coming. Now we can add that option to click onto this button. Where was this button is created? Custom computers tab, and let's search for that. Here we are doing that, and once the things are for each peer, it creates this computers tab. And now we can add on click button. On click is something like the message here, network. Yes, that is what we want to do. Can it send message to itself? I wonder. It could be. uh yeah, it's doing that, but command ls and peer id is necessary here, right? Peer id, yeah, that's missing part. Network peer id is not a function, it's a variable like this. Yeah, it sent itself, it didn't do anything. Yeah, we maybe need to add the home here as well, like itself. But I think that's fine for now. What we can try here in this Firefox as well. Let's try it. One of them is Visual Studio. Maybe I need to refresh that. So this is itself. This is this computer, this txt. So I think we need to add the home, but this is enough for today. Thank you. We can continue later. Okay, record the pro.